They always got to compare it to 2K5, and it's embarrassing. 2K5 is not even close to Madden 10. It's embarrassing, dog. Like, oh, it had a great halftime show, but 2K5 had a better halftime show. Okay? Oh, yeah, it did do all the great presentation, but 2K5. God. Soft Drink is in love with 2K5. He really wants 2K5 to just make love to him. Now, listen to me. If you was 10 years old, and this is what I don't understand about these liars, and this is why I'm exposing Soft Drink today. Soft Drink TV. If you was 10 years old when Madden 10 came out, right? You were 5 years old when 2K5 came out. So you never played 2K5. You never experienced 2K5 when it came out. The only experience you got of 2K5 is 20 years out, when 2K5 is no longer online or you can play the game. You never experienced 2K5. I did.
All right, so YoMama, let's do this for a second, right? Since you want to throw age out here, okay? 2K5 dropped in 2004, all right? I remember when I bought it. Everybody watches my story time videos I talked about the first time I got actually involved in 2K football. I was 9 the first time that I actually even bought 2K football, because I remember I used to get $20 from my dad, and he was like, okay, well, cool, here's $20. I said, yo, take me to GameStop and let me get a game. Okay, cool. So I got the game, $20, best $20 I ever spent. You can giggle all you fucking want, because I know you're laughing. Best $20 I ever spent versus the 40, 45, or $50 that I was spending on Madden, which I never did. I always rented Madden, but I rented it constantly. You would have thought I had it. Every time you would have came over to my house, I had it. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I was 9 years old, so I experienced 2K football in its highest point. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I remember watching Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football. I remember watching that. I remember sitting up, knowing the fact I got to be to school in the morning, sitting up to almost 12 o'clock, midnight, almost 1 o'clock in the morning, trying to finish watching the football game. I remember what ESPN looked like at that time. You understand what I'm saying? So when I played 2K5 and I saw how closely resembling it was to what I saw on TV, that drew me in. Then on top of that, of how the gameplay played, it was so different from Madden. Don't get me wrong, I liked Madden. I loved Madden 06 and 07. 07, my all-time favorite. You understand what I'm saying? But don't get it misconstrued that 2K football did a great job when they were trying to capture the atmosphere of 2K, not 2K, but of ESPN. They captured that. Great job. Now, when you want to talk about the halftime series was great. Okay? Madden NFL 10, think about it. It took them that long in order for them to actually put together an actual semi-decent halftime show, where basically all they did was they took said person, stood him in front of a green screen, and said, okay, and action. Read from a script, do this, do that, all right, and cut. Appreciate it, thank you. That's literally all they did. When 2K5, they actually mocapped a lot of that shit. Steve Berman, whatever his name is, he actually went in there and had to get him mocapped, and they put him in the game, and not the actual person, but the actual player model of Steve Berman, or Chris Berman, whatever his damn name is. They stuck him in there, and then they went in there and they did the whole halftime show with the Susie Colbert and the halftime performer. Then on top of that, if you had a hard drive, like on Xbox, if you had a hard drive, this is what you had to do. You play your game, and then once you played your game, halftime show pops up. Anything that Chris Berman is talking about, let's just say Berman, because I don't know if it's Steve or Chris. So anything that Berman is talking about that happened in the game, it'll actually show you clips of that game you just played in real time about the things that he's talking about, whether it was a long pass you did, whether it was a field goal, whatever it was, Berman covered that. And then also, even at the end of the game, same thing. And they actually had the ticker at the bottom that would show you, if you were in the franchise, it would show you who won, who this, and who that. Then at the end of the game, it would also do a post-game interview with the player of the game. And of course, all it was just somebody standing there reading the script and just reading off the script and, whatever, and roll credits at the end. That's really all it was. But like I said, it captured it so well. Now, I was 14 whenever Madden NFL 10 dropped. I played the demo. I was a demo player. I was extensively known for playing demos. You know what I mean? So I remember when Madden NFL 10 dropped, I think my cousin bought it, and then I went. I think I went out rented it. I forget what I did, but I remember. No, I went to a tournament, and the tournament was over, and one of the guys just ended up giving me one of the CDs. So that's how I had it. But the thing with Madden NFL 10, I thought the extra point was cool. You know what I'm saying? But it just didn't, from what I remember at being 9 years old or 2K5, I see what the extra point was, and I applaud that. But you know, damn, it took you that long. Like now I'm not even looking forward to something like that now. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. The extra point was cool. I would give them points for that. But however, it doesn't scratch that surface. Now your mama, I'm pretty sure you're listening to this and you're cringing right now. But did you spend enough time with 2K5 to understand where I'm coming from? No, you didn't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be going off on a tirade about somebody else's opinion about a game that you like so much. Because people feel the same exact way about 2K5 how you feel. If I make a 2K5 video, I'll post it up there. People might say, oh, this game sucked. Why y'all like it so much? Cool. Later for you, it's all subjective. That's literally all it is. But you having a big ass fit about somebody that's going in and making a subjective, opinionated video, a retrospective video about a game that you like so much, and you will pretty much spin the block if you got to over somebody disrespecting your favorite game. Yo, mama, grow up, man. But let's keep it rolling.
Fight for the Fumble was dope. The reason why Fight for the Fumble was good was because it didn't just automatically, the code didn't just automatically assign who's going to get the fumble. It actually gave it to the user, whoever grabs the ball. I like that.
Now, yo, mom, let's keep it a bean here. Fight for the Fumble was a stupid feature. Okay, now I'm not saying that just try to draw a reaction out of you, but Fight for the Fumble was a dumb idea. That's why if you went into the settings mode, you could turn that off if you wanted to. But Fight for the Fumble was stupid because never in the history of the NFL or just in games in general have I ever seen anybody, matter of fact, we're not going to keep it a video game. I've never seen an NFL game where the fumble, the ball was at the bottom of the pile. Whoever dove on it first had the ball. I've never seen a pile happen to where the team who had the ball first and touched the ball literally go to the top of the damn pile and say, nope, the other team got it. I've never seen that ever in my life. Fight for the Fumble was stupid. Okay. Let's just get a scenario going, right? Eagles and Cowboys, right? Let's say there's a fumble. I have an Eagle player that's next to the ball right then and there. He sees it. He jumps on the ball. Body is all on top of the ball, right? Now, once that's done, everybody just piles on top of him, right? Okay, cool. This is where the Fight for the Fumble shit happens. Now, if Fight for the Fumble is off, or let's just say in real football, if you're in the pile and you're the first one on top of the ball and you are all on top of the ball, can't nobody take it from you. 11 times out of 10, that ball is yours. Never have I ever seen anybody in the pile that I seen dive on the ball first go to the other team. Never seen it. Now, Fight for the Fumble. If an Eagles player is on top of the ball, he's the first one to dive on it. His body weight is on top of the ball. But then a mini game pops up and says, okay, mash the buttons. And whichever slider it goes on, that's who gets the ball. Really, yo mama? Really? How is that competitive with just a button mashing sequence to confirm who has the ball, knowing good and fucking well that you dove on the ball? You know you got it. You know you do. But because you don't mash the buttons fast enough or hard enough, the slider went to the other team, so the other team gets the ball now. I think in online mode, if I'm not mistaken, because I did play online a few times, I think that feature was turned off. I think that was only for offline, whether it was franchise computer or users offline, but I think online that wasn't on. I think they turned that off because they know that was become a problem. Because think about it, yo mama, how would it seem if you were playing somebody online, right, and there was a fumble happening? You dive on the ball, other people dive on top of it, and now it's a button mashing contest. And let's just say that fumble, you needed that fumble in order to win, or that fumble was going to either make or break you. But because you didn't mash the buttons hard enough, knowing the fact that your man dove on the ball first and he should have possession, the game gives it to the other guy, or you lose possession, or you gain the possession. You either get screwed or you win on that possession. How is that competitive? Come on, man. Like, you contradicting yourself every time you talk, but let's keep it moving.
It was incredibly easy for him. Deep passes was hard to come by. But this idiot made the same complaint about Madden 21 and 20. He said, oh, it was too easy to throw bombs. Everybody's just throwing bombs. Bomb, 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 bomb. Everybody's running the same offense and throwing bombs. He complained about Madden 20 and 19 doing all these bombs, and then he's complaining about a game that says, no, you're not just going to be throwing bombs all fucking game. Dog, what do you want? I mean, do you just fucking hate EA? I get that. But goddamn, your critiques are stupid. First, you won a game with no bombs, and then this game says, you know what, it ain't going to be easy to throw bombs. And you're like, well, it's not easy to throw bombs. God damn.
See, YoMama, I don't think you quite understand. You know that in Madden 21 and 22, deep passes are they're the meta. That's what it was. Remember in Madden 21, they had to put out a patch because if you had somebody like Tyreek Hill, literally all you had to do was just let him just do one cut and he was gone. Speed was literally a problem in that game. So all you could do was throw deep bombs and guarantee a touchdown. But in Madden NFL 10, there was an issue where a lot of these passes, because there were no pass trajectories or there wasn't any difference or variation to pass trajectories, that a lot of these passes were literally underthrown. It had to be one of those ones where like a guy was like trailing you like 10 yards back and you just happen to see him butt naked wide open. That's the only way that you was going to be able to get a deep pass off. Other than that, there was not a whole lot of passes you can do where it landed right over his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go back and look, which I got bad in NFL 10 right now. I have it right now on PS3. A lot of these passes, you couldn't throw it and land right over his shoulder. You couldn't do passes like that because a lot of them were underthrown. You might have had a player that was literally like trailing him or you see him beat him off the line, but you couldn't throw a pass where it literally went in front of him. A lot of them shits always were behind him, so they were either swatted away or picked off. Come on, man. Like you got to think, YoMama. Take the nostalgia glasses off for a second and actually look at what we're playing at that time. Look.
Low ball trajectory.
Low ball trajectory. Oh, God. Dude, you're not just supposed to just throw the ball up, dude. And this game was very good because every quarterback did not play the same. Every fucking quarterback had a different throw style. This was the first game that actually had the quick release. You actually had to play the game to the stats.
Now, let's just state a fact here, okay? Madden NFL 13 was the first game where they actually introduced different pass trajectories. Like I said in the last clip that you happened to just spew off about, I'm going to reiterate again. A lot of passes that you threw in that clip that you just saw, that you had paused just to rant about, there were a lot of underthrown passes. Yes, stats matter, but at the same as that time, you could have someone with a 99 throw power, but that didn't automatically assume that wasn't to be the, not assume, but that wasn't the automatic end-all be-all to whether or not he was going to get the ball to where it needed to be at. You understand? So you could have all the throw power in the world, but was he accurate? He could have all the accuracy in the world, but did he have enough throw power? You know what I mean? And if you had both, that's not to say that you're going to be able to hit him in stride. This game had no pass trajectories. You can look it up. Madden NFL 10 was the first game where they actually had pass trajectories. I think they even made a video about it once upon a time. But this game had low pass trajectories. It didn't have any kind of variation to different passes. Yeah, you couldn't just throw the ball up. And just because the different quarterbacks had different throw styles, that did not mean that every quarterback was going to have success or they were going to be unsuccessful at making passes. It didn't mean that. You understand what I'm saying? All those different pass styles meant that each quarterback had their signature throw style, from Michael Vick to Tony Romo and to who else? Eli Manning or Peyton Manning or who else? Tom Brady. You know, the list goes on. You understand what I'm saying? All those passing, those throw animations just meant that they were signature to that quarterback. That didn't mean that they were going to throw better passes than the other, because stats were supposedly had mattered. But like I said, because of the lack of pass trajectories, we didn't have passes where you could hit him in stride and it just go right over his shoulder. But you paused before he could even finish to what he was saying because you wanted to rant about it, because you were in your feels about him digging into Madden 10 the way that he is. But, you know, whatever. Dude, whatever. I'm going to save it to the end. Let's keep going.
Deep passes are always usually swatted down. Isn't that what's supposed to happen? Soft drink? What the fuck do you want? You want the deep balls? You want the bombs away? What do you want? This game actually gave you both. You can still throw bombs in this game, but you can also knock the ball down. This guy, man, this guy's awful.
Over the defense in the bucket, but everything else just feels super easy. On All Pro, I can easily put up 70 or more points in a game.
I'm done. What? Wait, what? This game feels super easy? Why does this feel super easy? Well, because in All Pro, I can put up 70 points against the computer. Huh? Oh my God. Holy. Hey, yo. You could put 70 points up in All Pro against the computer? Dog, get a life. Yeah. This game felt super easy. I could put 70 points up on All Pro against the computer. Dude, this dude's a moron. Hey, don't ever criticize the game again. I ain't never listening to this guy again. Dude, you're playing a computer. You're supposed to put up 70 points. That's why they created PvP. Damn, dog.
Now, just like I said in the last clip, he didn't let the man finish about the passing trajectories. Just like Soft Drink said, he said that the low pass trajectories, something, they allow passes to get swatted down because of low pass trajectories, and quarterbacks aren't able to put it right into the bucket or over his shoulder. So that's what he was getting at. But YoMama, you just showed me how much you got to force your content or try to force comedic relief into your content. But that little spiel that you just had about him talking about how easy All Pro is, you didn't even let the man finish, okay? Again, because you're trying to force this content and appeal to your audience about how stupid or how moronic said guy is. This is, I've watched your content for so many years. Eventually, I just stopped. Because it's the same cookie cutter bullshit all day long. You literally do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. You do the same fucking thing. It's not funny. The shit ain't cute. Okay, I don't even understand how you got to follow him behind that, but whatever. All Pro, I remember one year, I forget, I don't know if it was 19, 20, 21, or was it 18? I think it was 18 where they said All Pro was like the new All Madden. You know what I'm saying? The thing about All Pro is, the point Soft Drink is trying to make, because I've seen the video fronts and backwards. The point Soft Drink is trying to make is, once you get to All Pro, it's super duper easy. But when you get to All Madden, that's when things change up. You know what I'm saying? All Pro, the computer is like kind of like level headed. You know what I'm saying? They're not too over aggressive. They're not too underwhelming. They're kind of like right there in the middle. But they don't challenge you enough to the point where they put up a fight. Once you get to All Madden, then that's when they start cheesing. That's when they start warping and shifting in the positions. And I think you seem to forget that a lot of the times there was a lot of shifting and warping and sliding in position. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people remember about this game. At that time, it was cool because we didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is about Madden NFL 10. All Pro was fairly easy. It was, but in All Madden, that's when you could kind of like get away with a lot of stuff in All Madden. Like you said earlier in the video or later on in the video, that you could literally cheese slants all game long if you wanted to. Computer is so dumbfounded, especially when you want to cheese on All Madden, they're not able to pick up on what you're doing. That's why if you go back and look at the other Maddens like Madden 08, they had read and react AI. So you couldn't run the same thing over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? Now, the point also that I want to make here is, YoMama, not everybody plays online. Okay? Not everybody plays that. You have the competitive, casual, franchise, MUT, and then so on and so forth from there. But with those set categories, you got people that just play it just to pass the time. You got people like, allegedly like yourself, that are competitive. And then you also have people who play franchise or just want, or just want to play MUT and whatever the case that is with that. But like I said, you have people that want to play franchise. So you're going to want to have an interaction with computer that's going to make you be more methodical in your approach. Not cheesy, but more methodical with your approach. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is going to want to play online. That's just what it is. That'll make them scared. That'll make them any less of a player. That's just what they choose to do. Why? Because it's fun to them. Franchise mode is fun to them. That's the only thing that they find to be fun. I'll use me for an example, right? MLB 22 just dropped not so long ago, correct? Now, honestly, you got people that are casuals, competitives, that play Road to was it Diamond Dynasty, and then you got people that play Road to Show. I'm the person that plays Road to Show, so I'm kind of a casual. I love Road to the Show. I love that game mode. That's the only reason why I pick up and play MLB 22. While people rant and rave about MLB the same way I do about Madden, you know, that glosses over me because, damn, I didn't really look at it like that. I just played Road to the Show. I'll take your word for it, though. That's me. You know what I mean? Whoever decides to play that game in a casual way or just in only franchise and that's it, they're not even less of a player. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know why you laughing so hard about somebody who wants to play against computer. That's their prerogative. What difference does it make to you? If you ask me, honestly, with repetition, you learn your team faster that way. At least that's how I learned my team before I went online and decided to get my ass kicked 20 times in a row before I finally figured out, oh, how does my team work? How do these guys work? You know what I mean? So that's all the practice right there that you can get. Computer can only give you so much of an experience. Then once you ace computer, then you go online and start busting ass. You're going to have games where you're going to blow guys out. You're going to have pause, or you're going to have games where they're close, or you're going to have guys that just beat the shit out of you. It is what it is, but you learn. You know what I mean? You learn. Then that's when you start getting into your game plans, figuring out how you're going to run this, how you're going to run that, what plays work with this. That's when you get into it. But you laughing at somebody just because they want to play computer, that's real asshole-ish of you. But I guess if that's your moniker to your channel, I guess it suits you. But you know, whatever, man. Like I said, let's keep the shit rolling, man. I'm starting to cringe now.
I bet you couldn't put up 70 points on me in this game. Oh God, this game was the only game, and I swear to God, on a stack of Bibles, when I went to a competitive tournaments, it was a very hard game to score on. It was, because you can blitz. You had A-gap blitz, B-gap blitzes. You actually had to play a chess match. It was a very skilled game. But Soft Drink wants a game where, you know what, when I play on All Pro, and I'm playing against the computer, I don't want to put up 70. Come on, dog.
Again, I have to reiterate, nobody is going to be competitive like yourself in that online aspect. You keep having to reiterate this shit all the time. I don't understand it. Like, is that the way you get your rocks off? Like, is your ego feeling any kind of better when you have to reiterate how, oh, somebody can do that against me. I want you to come do that against me. Okay, cool. You're competitive. Fine. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? That's how you play Madden. I'll play Madden this way. You understand what I'm saying? It don't make them any less of a player, and it don't make you any more of a player because you know how to do X, Y, and Z. It don't fucking matter. Now, at the competitive aspect, when you go to tournaments and shit like that, I will say this. I remember I went to a Madden 20 tournament, either 19 or 20, I forget. Competitive isn't what you think it is, okay? Competitive is about what scheme can you run that'll give your team the hardest time to defend, regardless of whatever defense you're sitting in. Everything is about manipulation of animations. I shit you not. I literally was sitting right next to a guy. I think he ended up winning it. I think he won it. I think it was a double robin or whatever. I think I left. I think I got beat by 3. I think it was like the semifinals or whatever finals it was before you finally get to the last game. The second to last game. So I got beat by 3 or whatever. It was a good game. So literally all the guy was talking about was just about how different plays, or if you move this guy a certain way, the AI can't grab, or the blocker can't grab him this way, so you're going to get a tackle instantly like that. Now, you keep saying how competitive it was by A gaps and B gaps and blitzes. Do you not realize that this is when nano blitzes was at an all-time high? A gap blitzes and B gap blitzes and C gap blitzes, that shit didn't start coming about until we started getting into like Madden 15, 16, 17. Go back and look at the Madden trainer. It'll tell you. We didn't start getting back into that aspect until then. But remember, Madden 09 had its ridiculous amounts of glitches, especially the nano blitzes or the turbo blitzes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what level of competitive that was, but that shit was there. So you can say about all the blitzes and gaps or whatever, but they had turbo blitzes and nano blitzes. Why do you think that whenever Rex finally started making he started becoming the head of director of the Madden games, why don't you realize that? I think in 17 or 16, if not both, I remember in 17 they had what they call a nano detection. That anytime if a game found that you were hitting a gap too fast, it'll pause you right there and it'll sit you right there, right wherever you at, it'll stop you right then and there, and you can't blitz through. You wouldn't like that. You didn't like that. Because you thought that sitting turbo blitzes and nano blitzes, which was pretty much a manipulatory, if that's a word, or a manipulative way for the AI to not block you so you can get an instant sack every time, if not a fumble. You wouldn't like that. You didn't like that. But you got to imagine, though, in what realm is that competitive? It'd be different if it was literally a play called Nano Blitz and literally just sent guys full speed ahead. But the way how it worked was just regular blitzes when they were coming when they were assigned to a guy and they would decide to come through with a blitz, they didn't hit the gaps all the time. They really didn't. They got either picked up or they just their pursuit was terrible. That's just what it was. But you had to go in here, make that adjustment, make this adjustment, make that adjustment, make that adjustment, and then that's a nano blitz. As soon as you snap the ball, sack. Nothing you can do about it. You could try to slide protect, do something. You could try everything you possibly can do, but there's nothing you could do towards a turbo blitz or a nano blitz. It didn't matter. So that whole competitive shit, there was way too much cheesy shit to go on at that time to even say that you were competitive. If you did that, in my eyes, you weren't shit. I never forget the time that a guy literally hit me with a glitch in Madden 09 and I stopped playing Madden 09 for the rest of the year. At that time, I was kind of done with Madden. He literally did this shit where he was in goal line, or it was either goal line or I form, but it was tight. It was close. All he did was he kept audibling back and forth, audible, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And every time the QB would go to the line, he'll back up to the line, back up to the line, back up. And when he went to the line again, he went through my line. Didn't call false start, offsides, no nothing. Literally just kept walking. You might have found it on YouTube. He just kept walking. And then as soon as you say hut, the ball snaps and goes straight to wherever he's at. He can't run, but wherever he's at, the game will consider that a gain of, or however many yards they'll consider that a run, or just whatever. If it's a scramble, if it's a pass, or if it's a run, they'll just call it that. You know what I'm saying? Once he hit me with that, I quit. But the guy was in the mic talking about how he was competitive this and competitive that. I cussed him the fuck out. Because I didn't want to hear that shit. There's nothing competitive about somebody being cheap and cheesy. That's literally cheating. You know what I'm saying? So is turbo blitzing and nano blitzing. Oh, there's a way to stop it, but you got to go above and beyond to stop it. And even then, it's not even that fun when you're playing against somebody who found a loophole in the defense or in the offense so that they can get sacks instantly. That shit's not fun and it's not competitive. I don't give a fuck what you say. Anybody who runs a real tournament will tell you no nano blitzing and no nano blitzing and no turbo blitzing. I remember when Rocky Catching was in. They said none of that shit either. So like, your mama, come on, man. Like get your head out of your ass for a second and look at the game in its entire spectrum. Let's keep going.
You want to all slow mode every player playing the same dog shit, look back realistic football game where the computer plays so fucking hard that you're playing a chess match against the computer. We don't want that, dog. We want the AI to be simplified. We don't want a sorry ass, slow, trash ass AI. We want it user based. We don't want the AI to go out there, hit stick fumbling and intercept balls, lurking us. We don't want that. What we want is a stupid AI. When I put that motherfucker in a purple, he's playing a purple. That's it.